Hi, everybody. That could have ended a little bit better. At least I didn't take my head off in the process. That would have been bad, but I'm okay. Nothing was broken. Thank goodness. Anyway, you know who I am. I don't need to make an introduction again. But I recently watched the premiere episode of Defiance, and no, it's not that movie about the two brothers that go into Belarus and save the Russians from the oncoming German threat. No, this is an entirely different thing altogether. This is a series that's on Sci-Fi, and it takes place about 30, 40, 50 years in the future after a massive battle between humans and the Voton. And in the process, the Earth is terraformed, and there's a place called Defiance where a pact has been made after everything's been terraformed, and you have humans, the Voton, and 8 other races. Well, they've actually revealed some of those races in the first episode, but I couldn't get all of them because there are quite a few to take in. And they're all interesting in their own ways. They're very unique and creative and innovative. I thought just really awesome looking aliens. I like the look of St. Louis in this future. The world is much different. It's kind of like my friend said it was like Terra Nova, which I've never watched. There were some things that reminded me of Star Wars and Firefly, which I loved Firefly when it was on. I'm a huge fan of Firefly. It's kind of like Battlestar Galactica. Also, never watched Battlestar Galactica, but I could really pick up a lot of other sci-fi themes that were pretty prevalent, and I thought that despite all of that, it stood out on its own as a series that sets it apart from other series. I did notice kind of a bow to Eureka, which is absolute tops on one of my lists of shows that I used to love. Just I used to watch that show religiously because I thought it was absolutely brilliant. The the dynamic between Irissa, who is an Erethian. I think that's Erethian. I think that's how they pronounce it. She's full-blooded Erethian, and Nolan, who is human. Nolan came from the world before it was attacked, so he was just a kid when the siege took place. And it's very interesting. He's a bounty hunter. He really reminds me of Han Solo. And when I read the review in the newspaper, I thought, yeah, I do agree with that, because the reviewer in the newspaper mentioned Han Solo, and I thought, yeah, he has similar characteristics and the exact motives that Solo did. I really think that the series itself is absolutely incredible. It's awe-inspiring. It is just amazing. The special effects are just tremendous. I like the series, and I know that it's probably going to get a lot of flack because it takes a lot from other science fiction series and plots that have been done before, but the aliens are very unique in and of themselves. The plot is very labyrinthine, and it's very reminiscent of Shakespeare, I think, because there are a lot of factions that have their own power or sway, and you see that in some of these characters. And my favorite character is Aressa. Of course, you would probably expect that. She's strong, she's independent, she's spunky, and she's not to be messed with. She's very intriguing, and from the beginning, she's taken care of by Nolan, Um, I'm not going to say how this happens because that would be a huge spoiler alert, but I like Defiance. I think that Defiance is an interesting show in and of itself. It's a new series that I can just sit down and be entertained by and enjoy the eye candy as well as the symphonic score. The symphonic score is really exceptional. It reminds me of the symphonic score they did for Avatar. It sounds similar, in fact. I thought, yeah, this is very reminiscent of Avatar, um, but it has its own distinct kind of flavor to it, I do believe. Nolan is a very intriguing character too. He's kind of a badass who um, he does his own thing and he marches to the beat of his own drummer. Plus, he tends to get out of situations um, using his creativity and his innovation, um, and he keeps himself on his toes. He keeps everybody on their toes, I should say, and he seems to know how to work a crowd and how to get out of bad situations by turning them on their ear. And yeah, he just seems to have that kind of finesse and panache, I do believe. Um, I love these different alien characters. They're also different in and of their ways. The kind of reptilian aliens, I like them, and the Votons are very intriguing in and of themselves. But we know that Alek's father has quite a bit of clout. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about Alek's father. And Tarek, I do believe his name is Lord Tarek. He's not the one that you should be concerned about. It's his wife. His wife, she's very serpentine and she's very manipulative. And I don't know what it is, but I love to hate her. And she's just she's ironic, and it's just very intriguing how she works because she uses her feminine wiles to get what she wants, and you can see that she does so in a very adept way. She's quite talented at what she does. Um, I like the monsters on the planet. I don't know if they're mutants or what they are, but they're very ugly and disgusting and fearsome creatures. And watching that first episode, I don't know why, but it reminded me of Halo 4 for some odd reason. Except those particular monsters have the ability to fly, and they just kill without remorse. They just destroy everything in their wake. And I like those armored mechs, or I don't know if they're mechs or they're tanks or what they are, but they're pretty awesome looking for the battles that they go out to fight. I thought that's pretty neat. I really enjoy this series, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. I will do a review of it as soon as it airs. I was going to see Oblivion this weekend because, like Defiance, I'm very interested in post-apocalyptic scenarios. I don't know why, it just is something that really fascinates me. It always has. Ever since Left Behind came out, I've been scouring over books written on the rapture and apocalypse and end of the world sort of things. And to me, this series is actually very uplifting because the very end of that, I love what Arissa says about fate, and I thought, yes, that's so true. And she said they have a God that she believes he has planned everything for us, and his his plans may not be what we always expect, but they are for our benefit. And I thought, yes, absolutely. She couldn't have said it any better, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I think that that aspect of faith in the show is really, really impressive, and I'm glad that they put that in there. And I love that, and I hope to see more of that, because you don't really see that in shows in this day and age, especially not sci-fi. Um, but this, to me, it's very enlightening and just gives my heart a boost. So I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I hope to do a review of Oblivion this coming weekend. So stay tuned for that. Until then, see you later.